Tonight, from the Eagle Mountain Event Center, our community has gathered to honor exceptional women of all ages, of diverse cultures and roles. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Ben Chamber in partnership with the Source Weekly 6th Annual Women of the Year Awards, brought to you by U.S. Bank. And now, please welcome to the stage CEO of the Ben Chamber, Katie Brooks.
Good evening, everybody. The best part of tonight is the connections everybody's making. And I'm really, really glad to see a full house, lots of conversations going. Welcome, everyone. Before I get started, let's give a big round of applause for every nominee in the house tonight. Congratulations for being acknowledged by your peers and your community, for doing some spectacular things for us and to the world and to business. And I thank you all again for coming tonight. We are sponsored tonight by the Source Weekly. In fact, we're in a partnership with them. We decided to join forces this year since it was important to both organizations to recognize women every year, and I'm thankful that the Source Weekly was part of our selection committee and our partner for this year's event. So thank you, Source Weekly. And I want to thank our sponsor, U.S. Bank, for the 6th year in a row helping us put this event on. I learned something today about U.S. Bank. I was online and I noticed there was a news article about them winning an award, another award for the 6th year in a row, one of the world's most ethical companies. That's pretty impressive. It was by, let's see if I get this right, Ethics Sphere Foundation, I think it was, or Institute. And it's really not a coincidence, I think, that they've been sponsoring us for 6 years. They've been acknowledged for being a company that's ethical, it's diverse. It's been an honor to be working with them to bring this event to you every year. And I thank you again, U.S. Bank, for helping us put this on. So, got a few other folks to thank that you'll be seeing tonight as we present our awards. Webfoot Painting, the Wallace Group, Cascade Publications, Johnson Benefits, News Channel 21, and the Bend Radio Group. Thanks to you folks, too. And just a couple more folks to call out tonight. So you've probably noticed we have free child care this evening. Near and dear to the Ben Chamber's heart. And this is something that we've taken on over the last couple of years and really escalated it this year with a brand new child care accelerator program that's trying to create more child care in our community so women, men, families can go to work and have a place that's safe and fabulous to leave their children. And I want to thank Mayor Sally Russell and Tammy Bainey. They individually made that happen tonight. Sally and Tammy, thank you for providing that for our members tonight. So, with that, I want to introduce somebody to open up our ceremonies tonight. She's been with us, I think every year for 6 years. Wendy McGrain works for U.S. Bank. She's one of those people that really exemplifies how you want to be in the world as a community-based company that represents and lifts up women. And I'm honored to have her here on the stage with me. Wendy McGrain.
Good evening. I'm intentionally wearing purple tonight. Any guesses why? Well, thank you, but that's not why. It's a precursor to International Women's Day, coming on Sunday, March 8th. Consider this your public service announcement and reminder that if you stand for honoring the achievements of women throughout history, regardless of your gender, wearing purple on Sunday, March 8th will symbolize your support. U.S. Bank is committed to the support and advancement of women throughout our organization and in the communities that we serve. We strive to empower, develop, and engage women in their careers and their lives. This marks our 6th year sponsoring the Ben Chamber Women of the Year Awards. In addition to our financial support, we have a strong presence of employees here in attendance tonight as both guests and volunteers. U.S. Bank employees in the room, please raise your hands to identify yourselves. At U.S. Bank, we know that diversity, equity, and inclusion benefits all of our stakeholders, including employees, our customers, our communities, and our shareholders. When people feel valued, comfortable, and safe bringing their whole selves to work, they are in the best position to reflect and serve our customers and the communities where we live, work, and play. We also know that businesses in the top quartile for gender diversity are 21% more likely to have financial returns above their respective industry medians. In prior years, I've shared a great deal about the many ways that U.S. Bank approaches diversity, equity, and inclusion. To learn more, you can visit usbank.com/diversity, where we share our strategy, stories, and workforce demographic information. You are all also welcome to ask any of our team members what DEI means to them. This year, I'm thrilled to see the addition of the Advancing Women Award, which I had initially suggested in 2017 as a way to recognize community members of all genders that are making significant contributions to support the next generation of female leaders. I shared that as a woman, I know that I could not have achieved what I have, nor do what I do, without the women and men that have supported and sponsored me throughout my life. In fact, tonight, I have my husband, Ben, my sons, Hunter and Henry, my brother, Wes, and my dad, Jim, all here to support me. Raise your hands if you nominated someone for an award tonight. Quite a few of you out there. Thank you to all of this year's nominators. Your nominations demonstrate that our community values the contributions of women. And when our community is inclusive and values all of its members, we are all better for it. Congratulations to this year's nominees. Each of you has made a positive impact on someone and our community, which is why you are being honored tonight. We look forward to hearing your inspiring stories, celebrating your tremendous accomplishments, and getting to know you all a little bit better throughout this evening. As Maya Angelou once said to Oprah Winfrey, "You have no idea what your legacy will be. Your legacy isn't one thing, it's every life you touch." Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage your host for the evening, Mo Carrick.
Hi. It's a full. I'm getting as bad sound. Am I in the wrong place, Matt? Do I have to go somewhere else? Okay, just keep going, Mo. That's what they say. Just keep going. So I'm gonna try again. Last year, do you want me to go to a different mic? That would be a yes. Should I turn off this one? You did it, okay. Then you take control of the stage, how's that? Okay, last year, something like that happened and I made a vibrator joke. And I can't think of anything quite as funny as that, except that we do have Ose in the hood here in Central Oregon. So it's a pleasure to be here. I love this event every year. And before I do a few, well, no, I'm gonna do that at the end. I was thinking back as I was heading over this evening about this event and why I love it so much. And I was remembering the year that I won, which was 2016. I was the Ben Chambers Woman of the Year. That was the second year that the Chamber hosted the event. And thank you. You know, it's a funny thing because I have my little trophy. It sits on my desk, and I look at it now and then. I think, oh, that's kind of hokey, you know, Bend, Oregon, Woman of the Year, like, woohoo. But the reality is, you know, it meant a lot to me. That year was a rough year. I had a family member lost in addiction. My husband was dealing with his second cancer. I was financially supporting a lot of people, and I felt pretty unseen. And I remember that feeling. You know, it's one that we have as women often. We've got a lot of people depending on us. We're doing the hard things every day, and sometimes no one's noticing. A colleague of mine in my company just had her first baby. She's 7 weeks old. Crosley is her name. And we were talking today about that dynamic. And she had called me. She's on her leave. And she called me and she said, I just needed somebody to notice. I said, I get it. I've been there. And so when I won the award, it's always, the Woman of the Year is always the last award, and we were in the audience, and my husband had had a medical procedure that day, and we were impatient to kind of get home, and I was convinced that I wouldn't win. I never win anything, not even like a stuffed animal at the fair. I mean, like, how many of you have actually won the big teddy bear? Like, nobody gets the big teddy bear. That thing is like, they do not give it away. Nobody, right? Nobody ever wins it, and I certainly never won it. So I was like, all right, let's get this thing over. I'm not gonna win, and then I won. And I was really, really surprised, and it felt really good. And last year, the award winners of the past couple of years, and I got together, we did an interview with Katy, and it was Julie Harrelson and Becky, and who else was with us? Carol Stiles. And we chatted about what the award meant to us and what we were feeling we needed to give to play forward. And I was struck again, several years later, at the magnitude of what it means to be seen. And that's what it meant for me those years ago, and what I think is so powerful about tonight. And you know, the reality is, we're striving for equity, aren't we? And men have issues too, something I talk about a lot publicly. Some of you know that. I'm concerned about men, and I want to be an ally to men and help them as they discover what healthy masculinity is for them in our modern age, just as we work on what healthy femininity is for us in this age. And I sometimes think to myself, well, do we have to keep rewarding women? Like, shouldn't we just be rewarded for being good leaders or being good citizens? And I think the answer is no, actually, we do still need to notice, because sometimes we're not. We still have 29% only of senior leaders in business and in government here in the US that are women. That's not representative of the population. There's more CEOs in our publicly held companies with the name John than women. It's true. It's true. It's not my stat. It comes from the Catalyst Research Center. And we continue to notice the challenges the young women especially face as they try to enter and try to figure out what is their voice. I was with my daughter yesterday, Elowen. She's a freshman at Portland State University, and she's in the honors college there, and she's struggling, as one does, freshman year. And she was telling me about a conversation with her professor, who's an older white man. He's probably, she thinks, in his 70s. That means he's probably 40. The poor guy, because I'm like ancient to her. But she was telling me about about how hard it was for her to communicate with him and how hard it was for her to feel seen. And when I was listening to her talk, I noticed that a lot of that is about being the only and about being a woman in a class that's mostly men, and about talking to a professor who is a man who has all the degrees and all the things, and who she can't imagine actually being in his place, because she's never known anyone like him who's a woman. So we got some work to do still, and this night and this evening is one of the ways that we do it to uplift all of us. And I'm so appreciative of the nomination process, of the Ben Chambers Woman of the Year process. And the nominee list grows every year. And this year, it was more diverse than ever. Woohoo! With women and those who identify as women of color, as well as white women and of differing abilities. So it's really, really exciting. And I want to just take a minute before we jump into the specifics of each category to honor all of the nominees, because, you know, just getting nominated feels good. Like someone noticed, someone took the time to write a thing about you that a whole group of people read and interviewed you and talked to you about this award and what it meant. That interview process is no joke. As most of you know, if you were here last year, I bled all the way through it. I had a bloody nose during my interview. But I would love to I'd like to get Matt and his team's help to put the house lights up. And as that happens, if you're sitting there right now and you're a nominee and you're like, oh no, she's not gonna make us do it, is she? The answer is yes. I'm gonna make you do it. And what I want you to do is we're gonna actually, once everybody's up, we're gonna count to 10. And you're just gonna sit there, stand there, and you're gonna bask in the glory that somebody noticed, and somebody wrote about you and nominated you for an award tonight. And all your allies, a lot of them are here in the room supporting you, including the person who nominated you. So would every single nominee in the house stand up? Don't sit down yet. Woohoo! Good job. Good job. You know, sometimes when someone notices, just standing there and taking it in is the hardest thing. And you just did it, and I'm proud of you. Good job. Nice ringtone going on in the front there. That's usually me, so I'm super happy that it wasn't me whose phone went off. So now I think it's time that we get going. Enough from me. And so we're here at the moment that we've been waiting for, which is let's go through these categories of these amazing nominees and see who actually won the award, which, as I mentioned, is a pretty comprehensive vetting process with a team of amazing and esteemed judges. So let's get to go all of our nominees. And the first category is one of my favorites this evening, and it's the Young Hero Award. Presenting the award, woohoo! Presenting the award with me for the Young Hero, please welcome to the stage from Webfoot, Travis Ulrich, and the Ben Chambers 2005 Citizen of the Year, Amazing Community Leader, and Woman of the Year Judge, Connie Drewliner.
You can use the podium people. Whoa. Thank you for the opportunity to honor the young heroes in our community. Through this award, we are celebrating the power of local young women, efforts to spark change and improve the world through passion and determination. The winner of this award embraces the challenge of tackling the unmet needs of a community and/or country through volunteer actions and/or innovative ideas to help solve a problem.
Pull it down a little bit here. I am standing. So when our founder of the Women of the Year Awards, Robin Roberts, proposed a signature event, and she talked to the judges and us about how important it was to honor the advancement of young women who are making significant accomplishments daily. In fact, you will hear tonight that most of these young women have done more even than adults have done. The goal that we had was to encourage these young women to be the best that they could be. Out of that conversation, the scholarship idea was born, and it is to help our recipients with all the college expenses. In our Young Heroes, we seek to identify leaders who will touch future generations by example. These students have shown active engagement in our community, high marks in their schools, and they're already, as I said, successful leaders in our community, and it's going to be really fun to watch what the legacy is that each of these young heroes leave. I think you'll all agree with me tonight, can-do people, they are amazing. Knowing our young hero recipients were moving towards college and understanding all the costs that entails, Jeff Robertson of Robertson Ford, the Moore family of Bigfoot Beverage, Stephanie Miller, who is my partner and daughter, and myself of Express Employment Professionals, and this year, for the first time, brought by Hayden Holmes and Deb Flagan, all committed to making sure we could start to provide scholarships. All of these companies, thank you. All of these companies were compelled to look for ways to help students who are excelling not only in school and in their community, but at home as well. I would be remiss not to mention tonight that we're always looking for further donors, so see me if you're interested. Through our recognition of these young heroes, it became evident that they all understood three things. That these students have developed an incredibly strong sense of what's needed to have success in life and why. 2, they understand education is a never-ending process, and they're looking forward to college and finishing it. And 3, they're planning today for challenges in the future. These students serve as an example to others by exhibiting self-discipline, respect, moral behavior, and they all have tenacity.
Angie Acevedo.
Hi, my name is Angie Acevedo. I'm a 2019 Bend High graduate, and I'm a social activist for the Latino community.
AriAnne Griffy.
My name is AriAnne Griffy. I am a senior at Redmond Proficiency Academy, and I am hoping to go to Arizona State University for environmental engineering next year. And I have been an ambassador for my school for about 5 years now, and I have also done a recycling program and assistant coach, and I've been a cheerleader for 12 years, and I've golfed for 4.
Ella Bakker.
My name is Ella Bakker. I'm a senior at Bend High. I'm almost done completing the IB diploma program at my school. I'm a volunteer with the Reach Another Foundation, which is a nonprofit organization here in Bend with international boards in the US and Holland. I go to tutoring club weekly, and I really enjoy helping students through school in tutoring.
Keera Puett.
My name is Keera Puett. I'm 18 years old,
And it's been my dream since I was a kid to make a difference in other people's lives. I tried to do that through my music. I think there's a transformative power behind music, and I've tried to do that through my performances. And I also have tried to do that through my career path. I want to pursue medicine, maybe become a doctor in radiology when I'm older.
Keely Hein.
Hi, my name is Kiley Hein. I'm 17 years old and I'm a senior at Benn Senior High School this year. Over the past 4 years, I've participated in my school's marketing association called DECA, as well as the Oregon High School equestrian team for my school. I am super passionate about business. It started freshman year when I started doing DECA, and it just grows and grows as I go on. I've been a 4-time qualifier for the international conference, and this year I'm hoping to attend again. And it's just shown me my real passion in life, which is business. And then next year I'll be attending Washington State University to study business and entrepreneurship there.
Marli von Heideken.
My name is Marli von Heideken, and I'm a senior at Mountain View High School. I was born and raised in Bend, Oregon, and ever since I was young, I fell in love with the outdoor lifestyle here in Central Oregon. So sports have been a big part of my life ever since. As I got older, school became more of a priority, and I found my passion in medicine as I started high school and took some interesting classes where I got to shadow different specialties. I've been volunteering at the hospital for the past couple years, and I plan to go to college next year to study a career in medicine and healthcare because I love it, and that's what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Megan Bolt.
I'm Megan, and I am a student at OSU Cascades, and during the summer months, I work as a fish cutter at a fishing lodge up in Alaska. Through working at this lodge, I found that it is very, very difficult to near impossible to find quality fishing gear for women. In my own experience, not being able to find fishing gear for myself. So I have started my own company called Radder, and we are working on creating fishing gear for the tough and rad women of the industry. Our gear will be better fitting, better styled, and will just be made for busy days on the docks and on the boat up in Alaska.
Shilo Grayson.
My name is Shilo Grayson, and I'm currently a senior at Summit High School. I am a captain of speech and debate and the Oregon State champion for parliamentary debate. I'm also the concertmaster for Summit's orchestra program. I'm also the youth member on the Campfire Central Oregon Board of Directors, and I'm also a camp counselor for Campfire. Beyond that, I'm an alumnus of the National Security Language Initiative, which is a scholarship program from the State Department and Department of Defense that allowed me to study in Moscow, Russia, and act as a representative for the United States Department of State. I've also been fortunate enough to have internships with the Source Weekly and Jenna Goodman Campbell's campaign for state representative here in Bend locally.
So I think some of us need to get busy. These women, these young women, oh my gosh, just kills me. So once again, the nominees for the Young Hero Award are Angie Acevedo, AriAnne Griffy, Bakker, Keera Puett, Kiley Hein, Marli von Heideken, Megan Bolt, and Shilo Grayson.
So did we tell you these young women are amazing or what? This young hero told us that she would not be who she is today if it weren't for her amazing community and her teachers. She spent her entire 4 years of high school at Benn Senior High, where she discovered her love for social justice. She was often the only person of color in her advanced honors classes and courses. She was the vice president of the Cross-Cultural Club, a club which promotes cultural equity at all the schools. While a member of the club, she attended a town hall event on race at COCC, where the students of color from around Bend Lapine came together to speak to their experiences, to talk about the things that they'd faced within school, and were pretty much all around amazing young women.
Absolutely. This nominee was elected by the Bend High staff to be one of the senior spokespersons for the 2019 graduation ceremony. She was the first Hispanic to give the senior speech at Bend High. Hello. She earned her honors diploma in June 2019. She's a first-generation Mexican-American. This nominee's advice to others is ask where you can be helpful. So now, you probably know who it is. Drum roll, please. Travis, bring it home.
The Young Hero of the Year Award is Angie Acevedo.
She's coming.
Just one quick word too. I do have to tell you from the inception, Robin Roberts, who is the person that had the brainstorm to put Women of the Year together, asked for judges to come and give their time, and I can tell you there's only winners here tonight, and honestly, it is a split-hair decision because everybody deserves these, but for sure, you do. I would also like to introduce the two young people who I believe are going to be future Women of the Years, my granddaughter, Reese Kiernan, and my other granddaughter, Allison Miller. And they are here tonight to present to our wonderful, wonderful winner a $4,000 check.
Well, thank you. Just being nominated for me was very overwhelming in a good way. It was very overwhelming in a good way, but I want to start off by saying thank you. Oh, well, actually, I want to start off by recognizing the other nominees as well. They're all really awesome. The person who nominated me, he couldn't be here today, but his name is Morgan Davis. He was my first counselor at Bend High. He's an amazing person, and he's a voice for many of us at Bend High as well. And of course, I want to recognize my parents in the back. My mom's name is Guillermina Valdez, and my dad's name is Fidel Acevedo. Muchas gracias, los quiero mucho. Muchas gracias por todo lo que hacen por mí. Los quiero mucho. I would like to just take a moment to appreciate the wonderful community that we have here. I mean, personally for me, I grew up as a first generation. I grew up as a person of color and a woman. So I had to grow up and figure out how to be successful in a place and a system that wasn't made for me to be successful in. And I just want to take a minute to, again, appreciate the wonderful community, because Bend is such a supportive and beautiful place, and we have such a wonderful community to back us up for everything, really. I wouldn't be here without the support of all the people I have met throughout my 19 years here. I'm so thankful that I was able to grow up here, and I just also want to take this moment to enlighten everyone here that there's no reason for anyone in this room or anyone in this community not to speak up and not to do something and take initiative if you see something that needs to be changed. We have such a wonderful community behind us that will support you, that will back you up. There's no reason for anyone not to speak up and I hope you all find it in you to also speak up. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Don't fall off the stage. It wouldn't. I'm really touched by Angie's words about succeeding in a system that wasn't built for her. And we can do better. We can do better, and we're all part of that. So, as we continue to celebrate this year's stories and accomplishments, we want to take a moment and recognize a past nominee whose inspiration and achievements continue beyond her time with us. Charlotte Van Valkenburg is known to many people throughout Bend and Central Oregon as was known as a devoted wife and mother, an active community member, architect, outdoor activity enthusiast, and most recently and visibly as the coach of the Summit High School robotics team. Tragically, in September this past year, Charlotte lost her life while on vacation as she enjoyed some much needed relaxation and family time following an extremely busy year, including the launch of this year's regional robotics competition programs. Twice nominated for Woman of the Year awards, Charlotte embodied the very essence of the awards as she sparked change and was actively involved in improving our community, particularly on expanding girls' access to STEAM and STEM activities through robotics programs and competitions. Sorry that I'm reading this, but I only got it right before. It's hard to memorize all this stuff. In early 2019, Charlotte was nominated for and won a prestigious award created to recognize mentors who lead, inspire, and empower in the art and science of engineering and design using excellent communication skills. The Woody Flowers Award was awarded as she faced strong competition across Oregon and Washington. At the World Championships, she met with the namesake of the award, who himself recently lost his battle with health, sparking the global robotics community to further highlight the significance of Woody and the award nominee's achievements as one of the most important goals of the program. There's really no way for a community to be prepared for the loss of this nature. We're proud to look back and celebrate what was done as a testament for both Charlotte and the people who were and continue to be inspired by her efforts. Charlotte was an active planner, always working and aligning schedules. Immediately following the loss, as the current students, alumni, coaches, and mentors gathered, there was no question and full support for everyone to continue and focus on her plan. It was what Charlotte would have wanted. The past year award nominators have stepped up this year to ensure that the team continues. Janet Haynes has taken the lead coach role. Principal McDonald has ensured that his staff and district address student and team needs. On the day of her memorial, the 2019-2020 Summit Robotics team, Chaos Theory, had their first meeting, which included 2 new girls recruited mid-year. One joins us this evening to help celebrate. Bend Oktoberfest outreach activities and the entire season of the regional middle and high school competition session was dedicated to Charlotte and live-streamed to a global audience. A local middle school club who has been inspired to form by Charlotte and is mentored by Summit students and alumni, named their team as an homage, the Order of Van Archie. In their first year ever, they have advanced to the state championships. 2 women, both parents of students on the robotics teams, have stepped up to lead our regional outreach and expansion efforts to expand the robotics culture momentum. The team is in Oregon City right now for their first competition of the season, an incredible achievement. This Monday at the Pursuit Conference, 10th graders from across Central Oregon will again be able to meet and be inspired by this team. And just this week, Representative Sherry Helt hosted them in Salem. The governor, secretaries of Treasury and State, along with hundreds of staff and visitors, were inspired by the team, its mentors, and robots. Let's watch a little video. I guess you can see that. Is there music that goes with this? No, that would be a no. So you've probably been already watching the video while I've been sharing this. What a total blast that looks like. Brooks Resources has sponsored a scholarship fund in Charlotte's name to support the Tri-County teams and programs. Please visit their site for more information. Please remember Charlotte on this evening. I just gave Robin a heart attack because I left the stage. She's like, actually, it's not over yet, Mo. I left all my paper in the other room. So our next award category is sponsored by Johnson Benefit Planning. Please welcome to the stage Carissa Hess. Woohoo!
So all of us at Johnson Benefit Planning felt so honored to sponsor this event because all of these women who are nominated bring such passion to our community, and they really make a difference every day. So this is just the perfect platform to recognize all of our current role models, but also to support the growth of our future innovators that are coming into this community as well. No?
Thank you. Typically, I gotta hold this up. It's really complicated for me tonight. Just want you to all feel sorry for me. Typically, women who are helping each other out or supporting a cause with their time are not seeking recognition or praise. This award celebrates those women who are making outstanding contributions to their community, our community. Community Heroes and this award demonstrates how people with passion and determination can use their lives to make a difference in their community. These women are positive role models who inspire others. Here are the nominees for the Community Heroes Award.
Amy Renalds.
Oh my gosh, what I'm passionate about is building community, connecting people, building the kind of community that helps people that don't have the voices, specifically the nonprofit community. I think that's where my greatest joy comes from, and being with Hydro Flask, I get to marry those two values just beautifully.
Andrea Rosenzweig.
Hi, I'm Andrea Rosenzweig, and I started the Power of Connection project here in Bend. Every December, I spend the 24 days leading up to Christmas handing out one of these Kenyan bracelets to a person in Bend that might need to feel supported, might need help, or might need some extra love. And then I post the stories on Facebook, and it's created a movement where the whole community has rallied around these people and these stories, and when we share our stories, it's a powerful thing, and that is truly the power of connection.
Evelia Sandoval.
I feel like to be a part of the community includes everyone, and a lot of the work that I do in the community, in my job, and just in my personal life really revolves around working with folks, making sure all folks are around the table, and that we're allowing opportunities for everyone to succeed. Success has many definitions, and I think that when we include everyone and we look at inequities around our community thrives. We all live here in Central Oregon. We all work here, and I think we have a much better community when we work together.
Gail Snyder.
What I love about the Community Hero Award is community. My sense of community extends beyond people and towns. Community to me includes our rivers and all of the other creatures that live here with us and call this place home. From otters to itinerant farm workers, the Deschutes River has many hidden voices. My work is to enable those voices to be heard. I believe that it's time for us to adopt an ethic not just of sustainability, but also one of reciprocity. An ethic in which we share the water not only among ourselves, but with all living things. At the Coalition for the Deschutes, we have a shared vision for the Deschutes in which fish, farms and families all can thrive. I'm working hard to facilitate and be the change I hope to see in our community.
Katy Ipock.
My name is Katy Ipock. I'm the owner of Ipocalyptic Productions. I've been performing stand-up comedy for 4 years and producing shows for 2. And I suppose what I'm very passionate about is using every platform that I have available to me to amplify the voices of local artists and support those who don't have the same privilege of a voice that I do. I get to use my show like the Dog and Pony Show on KPOV to help local artists get the word out. And I'm also able to help other artists produce and perform.
Lauren Olander.
Hi, I'm Lauren Olander. I am so excited that I get to work in the Central Oregon community and share resources that are available for community members. I love that we are able to provide compassionate hospitality to those families and wrap our arms around them with love and really provide them everything they need, so the only thing they have to care for and pay attention to is their sick or injured child.
Matina Christophersen.
I believe that we need more doers in the community. My belief is if we all work on 1,000 or 1,000,000 little things, it all comes together as one big effort to the community. My passion is animals, so I've worked directly with a lot of animal causes, from Men's Spay and Neuter Project to Fences for Fido, and I've sat on a few boards, as well as just doing other fundraisers and participating with the community in a lot of different aspects over the 24 years here in Bend.
Megan Karnopp.
I'm Megan Karnopp, and I am passionate about kids in this community and helping them find their way, and I love my job because that's what I get to do every day. I'm also passionate about skiing and mountains and doing anything outside and hanging out with my 2 cute girls.
Megan Martin.
I'm passionate about people, and I'm passionate about helping people to see that they are uniquely designed and they're called for a purpose. And I think that we all have hope, and there's hope for our future. And when we can come around people and love them and build relationships with them and help them to see their uniqueness and their calling and their purpose, then we can help launch them into a future that's full of hope.
Meera Dayal Rupp.
My name is Meera Dayal Rupp. I am the director and founder of Bend International School, an innovative K-8 public charter school operating now in its 5th year. My rich, diverse, multicultural background has brought me to realize the importance of learning to respect all of our differences and learning how to work together. Bend International School has been a dream of mine to start, and I'm honored to continue in this work, empowering students to develop at their fullest potential and become global citizens.
Renee Shadley.
We wanted to create a place at the Giving Plate that was different, that was warm, welcoming, and rich with hope. Jump ahead to today, and we are the largest food pantry in our area, and we have a unique focus on childhood hunger. We are passionate about the work we do at the Giving Plate, and we don't want to just fight hunger, but we feel called to feed hope.
Renee Shadley.
I am a mother, I am a wife, and I am a survivor. And I'm also a survivor of the aftermath of suicide. I am very passionate about sharing my story with others to let them know what it may look like after your loved one is gone due to suicide. And I'm also here because of because I'm an amputee, and I have started a support group here in Central Oregon to bring amputees together and to let them know that they're not alone in this world and that we all have something in common that we can share.
Ruth Jones.
I have always been passionate about the same thing, about helping people, and I think nobody enters education or the world of education with this grand idea that you're gonna retire on a mansion. You do it for the love of kids, families, and so for me, I have this amazing opportunity, humbling to have a job that affords me that, to be able to help our Latino population with knowledge of how education works.
Sarah Kelley.
I'm incredibly passionate about connecting people who are in need of resources and permanent affordable housing to the housing and resources they seek. This agency was started based on that idea of linking folks to what already exists in our community but can be hard to access, and giving them all the tools they need to create the life they want.
Stacia Biancucci.
I'm a voice and ally for the kids who are the hardest for our schools to serve. I laugh, I cry, I swear a little, I hug a lot. I kick my heels up and dig my heels in to advocate for students our schools struggle to reach and recognize. I'm fighting to support change of outdated, confused, and unjust systems that marginalize our underserved youth. I push for equity, understanding, and individual successes. We all belong. Love wins. Community means all our students are all our community.
Tara Feurtado.
Hi, I'm Tara, wife, mother of 3, and Next Steps program manager at Bethlehem Inn. For the past 8.5 years, I've had the pleasure of collaborating with many of the women that you see here to assist individuals experiencing homelessness. As a leadership manager at the shelter, I've been able to help assist the restructure of our programs to really fill the needs of the ever-evolving community.
Woody Medeiros.
My name is Woody Medeiros, and I am very passionate about young people and growth and having them have a good start in life. For 27 years, I have lived faith, family, and grandma's house.
So these women serve the common good for all of us. It's really, really powerful to hear their individual and collective contributions. Holy heck. I mean, right? It's amazing. Thank you. You guys are awesome. I can't imagine what our community would be without their efforts. And of course, the efforts of many others, but their accomplishments are so notable. So again, the nominees are, and there's a lot of them, Amy Renalds, Andrea Rosenzweig, Evelia Sandoval, I think I said that slightly wrong, Gail Snyder, Katy Ipock, Olander, Matina Christophersen, Megan Karnopp, more paper, Megan Martin, Meera Rupp, Ranae Staley, Renee Shadley, Ruth Jones, Sarah Kelley, Stacia Williams Biancucci, Tara Feurtado, and Woody Medeiros. The ripple effect of these nominees' efforts are impossible to quantify, and of this winner. She serves on the board of directors for Mosaic Medical as a committee member of the Central Oregon Latino Partnership Program and as the facilitator for the Regional Latinx Success Initiative for Better Together. Most recently, she was appointed by the Oregon Department of Education to represent Central Oregon on the statewide Latinx Executive Advisory Committee to inform education policy and systems targeted at ensuring that all Latinx students in Oregon are thriving. Of over 500 families and students that this nominee has supported through Juntos in the last 5 years, 99% of those students go on to graduate high school, and a whopping 95% go on to enroll in post-secondary education. Known to her colleagues as one of the most inspirational community leaders they've ever had the privilege of working with in her role of Juntos coordinator for Oregon State University Cascades.
All right, and please welcome to the stage the recipient of the 2020 Community Hero Award, Ruth Jones.
While she's gathering her thoughts, I just want to point out this beautiful plaque that the award winners get, as well as the statue.
I'm really not in a good place right now. There are, first of all, there's too many incredible women that are modeling what everybody should be doing, and I applaud every single one of you. There's a few women in this space right now that just spent a week together in a very hard place. We spent a week, it was basically like boot camp for anti-racism. And so I'm really not in a good place. So I was not expecting this. And so I wrote something on my phone, and I know it's not probably gonna sound right, but when they asked me who my hero was, I had to bring his name into my story, and I think I said that, and I think they wrote about it, but my appa was my hero. He modeled to me what a hero was. I fall so short. And I'd hate for us to think that a certificate or a trophy define who we are, because there's a lot of women, as we saw in the videos, that show up in spite of the obstacles that our society has placed. They show up. For me, in the space that I'm in, it's the families that I serve. It's the silent stories. And I don't know how many families have gone through Juntos. I've lost track. I can't remember their names, but I will never forget their stories of resilience, of fighting the system that has created this huge gap. So coming from all of this equity work that we just did, the prompting question is, how do we create space for those people? Where does our courage show up? How does your courage show up? When you're sitting in complete comfort, do you ever think of the advantages you have that maybe others don't? And while my person that nominated me is not here. Katie Condit, gracias for seeing me, for standing in the gap, and most importantly, for helping me, for helping us break the glass ceiling.
So, this next award Wendy mentioned earlier in the evening. It's a new category this year, and I'm really excited about it. It's called the Advancing Women Award. And so to present that award, I'd like to welcome to the stage Sherry Jones, who's Vice President and High Desert District Manager of U.S. Bank, and Erica McAlpine, OSU Cascades Professor of Business and Woman of the Year Judge. Please welcome them both.
Thank you. This award means a lot to me. I'm super excited about it. At U.S. Bank, we are dedicated to advancing women in leadership. I personally am part of a Women in Leadership committee that brainstorms ways to give women the knowledge and confidence they need to elevate their careers. We are so fortunate to have people like our nominees in our community that are doing this each and every day.
This award is designed to honor an individual of any gender for their commitment to advancing the careers of women. This is an individual whose actions, efforts, and inspiration truly do make a world of difference in supporting the advancement of women. This individual exemplifies commitment to elevating the status of women by working to advance them in their careers and beyond. This individual has had a significant impact on women, giving them skills and confidence to pursue and succeed in new opportunities, and by promoting an environment that is free of bias and discrimination and advance the goals of diversity, equity, and inclusion. The nominees for Advancing Women.
Catherine Kruger.
My name is Catherine Kruger, and I own and operate Someday Farm. We are an equestrian training facility that inspires girls and women to meet their equestrian goals.
Jennifer Keene.
Hello, my name is Jen Keene, and I live and work right here in Bend, Oregon. I've spent most of my career as an executive manager in the automotive industry, a woman in a man's world. After working my ass off to get to the top, I decided to take a leap and start my own company, all while trying to build my family. I now consult for small and large businesses across the country to help bring incremental income to their bottom line. Whether it's operations, sales, financial management, marketing, or helping hire women, I do it all. I also volunteer with Opportunity Knocks here in Central Oregon. I have a passion for connecting people and helping them find opportunity, growth, and success both professionally and personally. I love my family, traveling, and drinking good wine.
Karina Smith.
My name is Karina Smith, and I am a bilingual bicultural educator that provides guidance, assistance, and student support to migratory Latinx families as to be able to continue their studies and pursue the career of their choice. Recently, I was accepted as a candidate of the doctorate program for education, and I opted to continue my studies as I believe that education is a tool to dismantle systems where race, gender, language, or cultural background can be obstacles to either personally or professionally succeed.
Luann Abrams.
I'm Luann Abrams, and I've worked most of my career in very male-dominated industries, which has turned me into a fierce advocate for women. I started out in the aviation industry, became a stay-at-home mom because there was not safe and affordable childcare, and then I transitioned into venture capital and recently started my newest venture, CEOX, to elevate more women into CEO roles. And I truly believe that the world will be a better place if there are more women in leadership, and not just a better place for women, but a better place for everyone.
And again, the nominees for the Advancing Women Award, the first time for this award, are Catherine Kruger, Jennifer Keene, Karina Smith, and Luann Abrams. With 1 year left of law school, this nominee award winner moved from Argentina to the US. Upon arriving in the States, she went on to get her GED, and from there was no stopping her. She's currently obtaining her doctorate in education, and as a bilingual, bicultural educator working to promote equity, she's the director of regional migrant education at High Desert Education Service District. Drum roll, please.
And the recipient of the 2020 Advancing Women Award goes to Karina Smith.
That's what we do in Argentina. We hug and touch each other in the good way. So I wrote this because, as you can tell, I have an accent, if you didn't know this. So I thought that if I write it, it will go better, just in case. So here it goes. So, sorry. When I shared with my mom about this nomination, I was reminded how the work we do can have ripple effects that can go beyond understanding. As I talked with her and read her my bio, she started to cry and she said, "Karina, hija, daughter, these are tears of joy that I share with you today. We always dream to see our children to achieve their dreams, and we do it without asking for recognition or prize. We might think that one day they will see the efforts and challenges we may face for them, and yet our work as mothers is to be sure that our children pursue the dreams many times given up on." My mom, Mirta, continues saying, "I cry because I heard my daughter saying I am her inspiration. Regardless of hard times and misunderstandings," I quote, "teenager times," "I am your inspiration today." Today, receiving this award reminds me of women like my mother, like my daughter. She is a teenager. And every woman that on a daily basis seeks opportunities to pursue their dreams. As a white, cisgender Latina from Argentina, I am reminded that even when we experience fatigue and pushbacks, we still need to continue moving forward to embrace intersectionality that is within us, to empower other women that due to different circumstances have not been able to pursue their goals and yet are trying to find their way to achieve their own dreams. I would like to extend this invitation to all of you to work together to empower each other, amplify our voices, and be the change you want to see happening. Thank you so much, and thank you, Mary, for the nomination.
Awesome. I'm very impressed when these people have something ready to say. I feel like when I won, I was like, blah, 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 blah. In fact, I only mentioned 2 of my 3 children. And the one I forgot was my daughter, who was dancing on the stage that night. So I'm still paying for that, in case you were wondering. So good job, everybody that prepared a few words. It makes sense. So before we present our last 2 awards, which I'm really excited about, I want to take a minute and say thank you to the judges of this process. It's quite comprehensive. It takes a lot of time. They review every application. There are references that are required. There's a pretty intensive interview process. They're really discussing and dialoguing, and you can only imagine with all of these amazing candidates how hard it must be to pick. you know, because everybody, of course, is deserving for an award. And so I really appreciate the effort and the energy that this group puts forward. So I'd love to invite our judges to stand. This is your moment. We have, I'll read you their names. Yay, they're mostly in the front. Good job. So don't sit down yet because I want to read your names and you get to just bask in it for a moment. So we have Connie Drew Liner, Aisha Ali, Bill Anderson, Emmy Baxter, Deb Flagan, Sarah Lauderdale, Erica McAlpin, Wendy McGrain, Leah Ross, and Nicole Vulcan. Thank you. Thank you. So to help present the Lifetime Achievement Award, which is our next award, please welcome to the stage one of our Women of the Year judges and from the Bend Radio Group, Sarah Lauderdale. Welcome. Thank you.
Hello. It is such an honor to be presenting the Lifetime Achievement Award tonight. In tribute to the 2018 recipient of the Lifetime Achievement Award, and the former Woman of the Year judge, the late Pamela Hulse Andrews. Through the Lifetime Achievement Award, we seek to identify leaders who will teach future generations by example. Lifetime Achievement Award winners have shown long-term active engagement in our community and have a positive impact locally. They are successful leaders in their companies, their industries, and in our community. This award allows us to recognize true pillars of our community.
Amy Yellick.
I am passionate about helping individuals and organizations, particularly schools, in our community be the very best versions of themselves. I have overcome quite a few challenges in life, addiction, mental illness, and I think those experiences have really helped me walk alongside, whether it's students or leadership in schools, to embrace difficult things that we experience and turning those into our gifts.
Harriet Langmus.
I'm Harriet Langmus, and I'm passionate about making things out of materials that would be thrown away or sent to the dump. But I like to make things out of them, and I always have, and I hope I always will. I make knitted sweaters and placemats, and if I can't do anything else, I'll put it in a doorstop chicken.
Lanae Hunter.
Hi, my name is Ranae Hunter, and I'm passionate about life. My motto is just say yes to life.
Sonia Little Deer Evans.
I've had the honor of being the lifelong partner and best friend of my husband, and a courageous, loving mother of my son. And I believe that my destiny is to interrupt systems, create inclusive environments, and advocate for those who are often left out.
Oops, there are now on it. Again, the nominees for the Lifetime Achievement Award are Amy Yillick, Harriet Langmus, Lanae Hunter, and Sonia Little Deer Evans. Our recipient this year has made an amazing footprint. Oh, do you have the envelope? Oh, you do have the envelope. What do we do without the envelope? It's very top secret, this process. Even back here, we don't know who's winning, which is pretty interesting because people are like, who is it? Do you know? You know. I don't know. You're a judge. You know. I don't get to know. So our recipient, again, has had just an amazing footprint on our community, and it has been a woman who has impacted this community tremendously. She's someone who leads with vision and knows how to move visions into reality. Her guidance has inspired many, and she's been instrumental in the development of many Central Oregon businesses. She's a respected member of our community, noted for her strength, fortitude, and ability to inspire others. It is our honor this evening to welcome to the stage our Lifetime Achievement Award winner.
And the recipient of the 2020 Lifetime Achievement Award is Ranae Hunter.
Sounds great. I didn't really prepare anything because I really had no idea that I might win. But I think my motto is, first of all, my motto is just say yes to life. And I've learned that in a variety of ways. Life is tough. It's tough for everybody in this room. We all know that. Life throws us lemons. And it's really what we do with those. Can we make lemonade out of them? And the journey that we're on for life really embraces all of us. We're all on this journey together. So I urge everyone, empower the people around you and push them forward ahead of you. And before I say my last thing, I really want to thank my two amazing daughters. And Lisa Wilbur and Kristen Hunter. And they have been on this journey for me. Obviously, this journey has gotten a little more difficult. 5 years ago, I had a stroke. But I realized that maybe I had a stroke at the perfect age. Now, I know that's a very strange thing to say. But I was 65 when I had the stroke. I could look back. I had had a great life. But I also could look forward. And I had a great life ahead of me. So my motto is just say yes to life, whatever happens to you. Thank you.
In my pages here. Okay, so we are at our last award for the evening. Thank you for your forbearance as we've gone through the show and for your support of our nominees and our winners and all of the amazing talent that we have out there. I'd like to invite to share the Woman of the Year award presentation with me from owner of the Wallace Group, Scott Wallace.
Thank you, Mo. Great to see so many friendly faces and new faces tonight and to honor such wonderful part of our community. It's really my honor to present the Ben Chamber Women of the Year Award. Women in Central Oregon play a critical role in the regional economy as business owners, executives, entrepreneurs, professionals, and so much more. The Women of the Year Award celebrates women who have truly excelled not only in their business or in their professional lives, but have also leaders and role models in the community. While many of these women come from different industries and walks of life, they share several traits: a strong sense of self, a success-driven work ethic, and the extraordinary accomplishments to show for it. Their commitment, vision, and talents make them true leaders in their chosen fields and in the community we're proud to call home.
Afton Kofeld.
I am passionate about first family over everything. My 3 kids keep me grounded every day. From there, my newfound passion is definitely my business. Connecting with people in the community, building my business from that, and creating my tribe of people not only in Bend, but in my business, company culture, and family.
Amanda Gao.
My name is Amanda Gao, and I am the Vice President of Business Relations for Guardian Group. We are a nonprofit based here in Central Oregon that works in the counter-trafficking space. I was born and raised in Bend, Oregon, and I think the things that I'm most proud of has been my ability to serve my community for the last 10 years. Whether it be working directly with young people or in the space of counter-trafficking, I love this community, and I love that I have been able to be a part of it in a very meaningful way. I was raised by a single dad in Central Oregon, and I know that it takes a village to raise a child, and I'm happy to be part of that village now.
Bronwyn Lodato.
I'm Bronwyn Lodato, an entrepreneur, an outdoors woman, a mother, a partner in marriage for 19 years, and a shameless world traveler. My work is truly a labor of love, with the emphasis on labor. We've been handcrafting artisan jewelry for active women for 12 years, and we make our jewelry right here in Bend. I have the great joy and responsibility of leading a team of passionate and highly capable women. And in recent years, I've been mentoring budding female entrepreneurs with products and brands also positioned in the outdoor industry, a highly male-dominated space.
Cassie Clemens.
Hi, I'm Cassie Clemens. I founded Roundabout Books in 2016. It has been a very great pleasure building a new bookstore in Northwest Crossing. I'm very passionate about books and reading and discussing books together. I am also very passionate about small business and supporting small businesses in our community. I'm currently the president for the inaugural year of the new business association in Northwest Crossing called Visit NWX. And it's been very exciting to work with my fellow business owners and managers in the area to build a community in Northwest Crossing.
Christina Biggs Easley.
I am an entrepreneur, co-founder of Sexay Fit. I am a creative, I'm an innovator, I'm a risk taker, goofball, contrarian. Most importantly, I am a mother to a wild and gifted 8-year-old son. I am a wife to a very supportive and loving husband, and I have just a really amazing family in general, especially my mom who got me out here in Bend, Oregon. We call her Grandma.
Colleen Thomas.
I am Colleen Thomas, and I am an advocate and passionate about providing direct service to those that are experiencing homelessness. I believe that everybody in our community deserves dignity and respect, and so that is what I do every day.
Dr. Janelle Payne.
Hi, my name is Janelle Payne, and I am a physician here in Bend, my passion is working with people with chronic illness in a complex and integrative way. And one of my main focuses is children with pediatric autoimmune neuropsychiatric disorders associated with persistent infections. And I'm really passionate about being a fierce advocate for them and helping them through this journey. It can be oftentimes scary for parents and the child alike.
Dr. Jessica LeBlanc.
Hi, I'm Jess LeBlanc. I'm a specialist in family practice and addiction medicine. And my passion in medicine is to help people with opiate use disorder, especially patients that are struggling and need risk reduction with medication-assisted treatment. I love when patients and I can sit down and I can hear directly from them what they're going through and listen and have empathy and be a part of their healing and sobriety.
Heidi Slaybaugh.
My name's Heidi Slaybaugh, and I am passionate about being involved in the community and giving back to my community. I'm an architect in Bend, and I design schools and renovate schools. Been wanting to be an architect since I was 7. I love teaching kids about architecture, giving back to the community, and being involved.
Jennifer Wielander.
Hi, I'm Jen Wielander, and I am the Chief Financial Officer for St. Charles Health System. It is a role that I so much appreciate having. It's an honor to serve Central Oregon and help people understand business through having fun at work and laughter, and that's my secret sauce, I guess. In addition to that, I am a dog lover and caretaker, and I am on the board of the Humane Society of Central Oregon, and just absolutely love living in this beautiful place that we all do, so we get to enjoy the outdoors and participate in the community.
Jesse Durham.
If I could leave you with one thing today, it would be to share that my passion truly lies in pushing the coffee industry forward. And there's so many different applications in which coffee allows us to do that. You know, we want to be a family business that makes a difference, and every pound of coffee that we buy, 300,000 pounds a year, we want to make sure that we're buying it from producers, farmers, exporters, importers, in a way that we can be proud of to serve to our customers.
Jillian Devine.
As a professional, I get to walk into the Shepherd's House every single day, and we get to work with the abused and the traumatized and the people that struggle with addictions. And I think that I have hope in them because other people had hope in me. My own story was rewritten by other people that poured into me, and now I get the opportunity to not just work with the women and children, but I also get to work with volunteers and mentors and training other people in our community to do what I've learned how to do over the past 16 years.
Jillian Taylor.
Like many of us, I wear many hats, one being a mom. I also run a consulting practice where I work with local business leaders to develop their strategic plans and their leadership capabilities. I serve part-time as Director of Operations for a local marketing company. And I love the work that I do, which is looking out to the future and then building capacity to get there. So I also work with a number of nonprofit organizations, Bend 2030, and I serve on the Looking Forward board, where we look at the future for the community and how can we remove obstacles and take advantage of opportunities.
Joanne Mina.
2019 has been a year where a lot of work was done to make sure that our conversations are pushing us forward. These conversations have been uncomfortable, but have been needed. I was able to pinpoint situations like inequities and how those are part of our community, yet it also shows us the possibility of what's available out there if we all speak up.
Julie Lickey.
Hi, my name is Julie Lickey, and I am a native Oregonian. I've lived in Bend for over 25 years. I was raised by immigrant parents who instilled in me a strong work ethic and encouraged me to unapologetically be my own person. I have been the executive director of FAN, the Family Access Network, for 14 years, and I love my job. I'm able to help local kids attend school every day, well-rested, well-fed, and ready to learn. In my role, I have witnessed the incredible strength and resilience of so many women who, through no fault of their own, have had to overcome major life obstacles.
Karen Brannon.
Hi, I'm Karen Brannon, and I live in LaPine, Oregon, and I'm a farmer's insurance agent. I've been here for 14 years, and I am passionate about having a voice in changing the world. I've always wanted to help people, and it took me till my final act to find a job that allowed me the time and space to do that. And I'm passionate about bringing things to light that affect the community and people who have less, and providing a voice and resources and awareness for those situations.
Kristen Riggle.
Hi, I'm Kristen Riggle. I'm an artist and author with my bachelor's in art and my master's in sculpture. I have self-published 2 picture books all about Bend, one of which was recently successfully funded through a Kickstarter campaign this past year. I love encouraging others to do what they love and follow their hearts, and I've been able to go to some local schools and do story times with kids, along with talking about how I wrote and published my own books and how they can do it too.
Lindsay Hopper.
Hi, my name is Lindsay Hopper. I'm the Vice President of Medicaid Services for Pacific Source. In 2019, we applied to coordinate care for individuals enrolled in the Oregon Health Plan as part of the largest procurement ever issued by the state of Oregon. We were successful and we expanded across the state. This means we have the privilege of ensuring members have access to critical services that they need. I was honored to lead this work. Thank you so much for the nomination and for supporting women. Please continue to support young women in playing sports, in studying math and sciences, and serving in leadership roles. Thank you.
Melinda Martinez.
Music and art education is really important, and I believe it's an important thing to have in our community. Music and art doesn't just teach you how to read music or how to play an instrument or how to make a painting. It builds confidence. It teaches us how to put our emotion on paper or in sound. What I do is bring music and art to our communities.
Rachel Wente Cheney.
I've benefited throughout my life from easy access to information and resources that I needed to do schoolwork, to prepare for a job, or to learn a new skill. My passion and the work that I do each day as part of my career and as part of my volunteering and mothering is trying to create that same easy pathway and access to information and resources for our students and families in Central Oregon and actually across the entire Pacific Northwest.
Sean Ray Hawkins.
Hi, my name is Sean Ray Hawkins, and I'm a wife, a mom, a business owner, a professional MC, a cancer survivor, and incredibly honored to be a nominee for the Bend Chamber Woman of the Year Awards. I founded Stingray Communications 6 years ago because I absolutely love working alongside businesses and organizations to help tell their stories. And I love helping kids in our community and working as a benefit auctioneer to raise money for organizations.
Tess Ball.
Hi, I'm Tess, and about 10 years ago I left an abusive marriage, and the 2 things that I think contributed to my being able to do that were financial independence and a purpose greater than myself and my marriage. Small business has everything to do with those two things, and I've created this Heart-Driven Business Academy to help new small business owners, especially women and women of color who are disproportionately affected by poverty and abuse, scale and grow and create really rock-solid foundations for their businesses.
I don't know about you, Scott, but I watch all those nominees and I think we can rest. Yes. I think they've got this. Yeah. So these amazing candidates for the final award, the Woman of the Year award, are, one more time, Afton Kofelt, Amanda Gao, Bronwyn Lodado, Cassie Clemens, Christina Easley, Colleen Thomas, Dr. Janelle Payne, Heidi Slaybaugh, Jennifer Wielander, Jessie Durham, Jessica LeBlanc, Jillian Devine, Jillian Taylor, Joanne Mina, Julie Leitchie, Karen Brannon, Kristen Riggle, Lindsay Hopper, Melinda Martinez, Rachel Wendt Cheney, Sean Ray Hawkins, and Tess Ball. Whew. What a list. So, the 2020 Woman of the Year selected exemplifies the character and accomplishment expected of the Woman of the Year. In her role as Director of Operations and owner of this family-run business, this nominee spends much of her time establishing and developing direct trade relations in Brazil, Colombia, Ecuador, Guatemala, Rwanda, and Tanzania, as well as maintaining existing relationships with importers in the U.S. Her accomplishments run far and wide. She's received credit for numerous Specialty Coffee Association of America's skill-building workshops, including L'Année du Café, Introduction to Sensory Analysis, and Introduction to Roasting Concepts. This just scratches the surface of this nominee's accomplishments. She's fluent in Spanish and French and is literally a force to be reckoned with. So, Scott.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage the winner and recipient of the 2020 Women of the Year, Jessie Durham.
Wow, this is really amazing. You know, I am so glad that when Mo opened tonight that she said, I didn't think I was gonna win, because that's how I felt tonight. And so, on the way here from Sisters, I'm one of the owners of Sisters Coffee Company. So we drove in from Sisters, and I thought, well, I'll write an acceptance speech just in case. So I'm glad that I have that now, because this is just such a huge honor to be standing up before you all tonight. First, I just want to say, watching all the videos and reading the backgrounds of my fellow nominees, it's just such a huge honor to be standing next to all of you tonight. I know that we all contribute so much to make Central Oregon a thriving and happy and prosperous community, and it takes every one of us to make that happen. And so I just want to thank all of you, and it's a huge honor to be recognized with all of you tonight. I also want to thank the Bend Chamber of Commerce and the Source for hosting this event, along with all of the sponsors. When I was being interviewed, I was looking around the room, and it's a really incredible experience to go through the nomination process. There was the room of 30 women, and they all had these incredible backgrounds, and they were so confident, and I just thought to myself, this is so inspiring. Like, I need to be doing this. I need to be getting more involved in this. And so I just want to thank all of the organizations that come together to make this happen, because this is a truly special event. And I really look forward to getting Sisters Coffee more involved in this event in years to come. So I want to say thank you so much to my incredibly supportive husband, Michael Kirsch. He's also a business owner of his family business, and I feel like he is constantly going the extra mile, literally, actually, because his business is in Madras. He is always putting in the extra miles to make our marriage and our love work. And so I'm just so incredibly grateful for his support. And then I'd also like to take a moment to thank my mom. My mom and dad founded Sisters Coffee in 1989. And you know, they had 3 little crazy kids. I have 2 older brothers that I now work with. And this small business in Central Oregon was a lot different back in '89. And they just had this fearlessness about them. And I really want to thank my mom for teaching me the power of fearlessness and the adventure of entrepreneurship. Being a small business owner and realizing how much of a difference you can make with just this, whatever business you have, I think is something that my mom really instilled in us, and I'm really grateful for that. And then I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fellow women coffee professionals with whom I work with every day. They are, at Sisters Coffee, we're very fortunate and lucky to have a lot of women in leadership roles who are constantly bringing ideas to the table and making our business better every day with initiatives, smart budgeting. Our CFO is incredible. And also just compassion and hospitality. And I think that's really what makes Sisters Coffee special. The other women coffee professionals that I have the esteemed privilege to work with are a lot of women cooperatives in coffee producing countries. And, going to a coffee producing country, a coffee farm, and walking around on the farm, and you see these coffee trees that are growing coffees of fruit, and so they grow like these little cherries, and seeing all the work that goes into picking that. And it's not just like one day of picking, it's weeks on end of working 18-hour days of picking. And that's just the picking part. And then they take it to the cooperative or to the, or if they're lucky enough to have their own washing station on their farm, they'll harvest it right there. That process, before it even gets to our roastery, is quite a feat. And I feel like my mission in coffee is to fight for those communities. Am I done? Is that, okay. So, that was just for a fact, I planned that, actually. No. Anyway, there's one community in particular, the Nyaminga Cooperative, which in Kinyarwanda means beautiful women. It's a Rwandan cooperative in southern Rwanda of 235 women. It's in our espresso blend. So if you've been to our cafe or one of our wholesale accounts that serves our coffee, you've most likely had this coffee. These women, to go there and see what they're doing in southern Rwanda is so inspiring and humbling for me as a woman coffee professional, to see how they're pushing the coffee industry forward. And so I guess if I could leave you one thing, it would be to say that if you like coffee and if you like the beverage, to engage your local barista wherever you go, to ask them where their coffee comes from, and just to learn a little bit more about it, because it's such an inspiring industry, and I promise you that it will captivate you if you enjoy the beverage. Yeah. That's it. Thank you so much.
Kind of makes me want to get a cup of coffee right now. So we're at the end, and how we end actually matters a lot. But we tend to focus more on how we begin, especially an evening like this. At least I do. And so I just want to leave you with a couple of words. One is keep noticing, right? Keep noticing each other. Keep noticing women, keep noticing girls who are leading, who are saying the hard thing, who are taking a risk. Keep noticing young women of color, young women of differing abilities and non-heteronormative, who maybe aren't seen because of different privileges that they have compared to, for example, my white privilege. And keep seeing each other as men, as allies who support us and who we also support. Because one of the things that I think is so powerful about this evening is that it's built upon this idea that we see each other and we notice and we say, good job, well done, I noticed that thing you did. It made a difference to us and to our community. And for me, that's the thing, isn't it? To have somebody notice. So nominations for the Woman of the Year will open up again in the when do they open up? In the fall, probably, as we get ready for next year's event. So start noticing now, who do you want to nominate? And even beyond nominating someone for an award, just notice someone for what they are doing today. We all learn better and we do better when someone notices what we're doing that's working. It's called asset-based thinking or appreciative inquiry. It has to do with being noticed for what's working, and tonight is all about that and these amazing nominees. I don't know why the Panasonic screen just came up, but that must be my clue. So I am so grateful for this community that we all support. Thank you for coming. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Congratulations to all the award winners and the nominees. Thank you.